All right. Hey, everyone. Duncan Wehrman here from the Boston Real Estate Investors Association. But I'm going to speak to you about real estate for everywhere. But this is specifically for real estate investors. I have a very good friend of mine, David Pickren from Vendor VIP. And real estate investors face a lot of challenges, especially as a landlord or when they're looking to get their products and service out or just find somebody to fix something on their own properties. So this call tonight is going to be very targeted to you because this is something special. You've never seen it before. It's going to make your life so easy. I tell you what. So there's something for everybody on this call. We're going to be about 20 minutes. It's worth listening to. So I'm just going to turn it over to Dave and show you this awesome vendor VIP system for Boston and beyond.
Awesome. Duncan, thank you so much. Hey, you know what? We just got off a cruise to Alaska together. And, during that cruise, I had 3 calls come in. And actually, we didn't even have a cell phone out there. So I had 3 emails come in saying from my rentals, hey, Dave, I need this fixed. Right now, I don't have a property manager. I am the property manager. Right. And so I wanted to come up with a way that, just for the audience, if they don't know me yet, I own a company called Rent Perfect. Rent Perfect does all the background checks. We offer a management software program, and it allows us to live our lives and still manage our properties in a very easy way and find the right people in there. But one of the things that comes up as a landlord that is one more thing that I have to do outside of my normal life is these work orders, these calls that come in, these AC units that go down, heaters, plumbing. As a landlord, you guys know what I'm talking about. And it can be a frustrating process for me because I not only have to find the vendor, then I have to play the scheduler. I have to find the vendor, then call my tenant, say, hey, they can come today. What time are you going to be home? We'll work till 5. Call back the vendor. They're there till 5. Well, we can't get there till, and all of a sudden I'm in the middle of this time-consuming process. And I've built my career off of building stuff that just saves us time and money. And so I went ahead and put together Vendor VIP, and it's just been an amazing concept. And we had it within the Rent Perfect system, but it was so good, Duncan. It was so good that I had to take it out and almost bring it to market by itself because not everybody uses Rent Perfect. And so it acts as
But
a
they
fine,
should.
huh?
But they
What?
should. They
But they
should use
should.
rent.
But
Yeah.
this acts like a vendor finding system, but it also has a hiring mechanism to it also. So one thing we're not Angie's List. We're not just another list where you go and use my vendor. You use your vendors that have been referred to you through Boston RIA, through other places, or you flat just go ask your vendors to join and jump on this thing, and then you can use it. So I think there's no better way than to just demo the system to show everybody kind of how it works. It's kind of a new concept and
Mhm.
what we're putting together. So I'm going to grab the screen share if you don't mind.
Sure.
Okay. And we're going to go right here to our vendor VIP. You can see that, hopefully. So welcome to Vendor VIP. So this is my own personal Vendor VIP portal. These are my vendors that I use in my 16 rental properties that I have. And I just started building this list. I've got some new vendors in here, but you can see, we'll scroll down a little bit, air conditioning, heating, and that's the replacement side. If someone does replacement, but they don't do service and repair, we have different categories. So you see my vendor JMac, does service and repair and can replace the units if we need to. We come down to appliance repair. I have a landlord to tenant attorney. I have some computer services here if I need any assistance with any of my computers, doors, gates, windows, drywall, dumpster rentals if I'm rehabbing a property, electrical fixture. I mean, it just keeps going on and on and on. And I have these people in here. But my goal is to have more than one vendor in each category. And the reason is because the hiring portion of the system, which is so cool, and we're going to show you a demo here in a second, is, for example, if you look at the screen under Handyman Services General, I got a Home and Hammer and I got American Optimal Solutions. When I push service request here, it is going to contact Home and Hammer and ask them if they can handle the job today. If they say yes, it's going to give them my tenant's information. It's going to tell them to contact my tenant directly. And then they're going to have a conversation and figure this whole thing out. If Home and Hammer is too busy and they say no, then it will roll down to American Optimal Solutions. Okay. Now say, hey, Home and Hammer keeps telling me no, they're not my preferred vendor anymore that I like this American Optimal Solutions. I simply come in here, grab this, throw them up in the order, and the next time I push my service request for handyman services, it now will start with American Optimal Solutions. And so my goal is, as I build my vendor list and I build the vendor list with you and your RIA out in Boston and in other places, is we're going to have 3, 4, 5 vendors in each category that this is going to roll down and roll through. And the reason we want to do that is because we can get on with our lives, push a few buttons, and let the system find the vendor that's available to help us out. So, I mean, think of that, Duncan. We're on this cruise, right? And I don't have time to get on the phone. We don't even have cell service. I send off this request to an AC company. They go ahead and contact my tenant directly. And my tenants are getting a text right away saying, David is finding you an AC guy. He's found you this company. This company's going to contact you. Next thing you know, the company's contacting them. And they're not pounding my phone or email or text saying, have you got this completed yet? It's hot out here. You know, we're in Phoenix, right? 110 degrees. We're hot. We're hot. We want a hotel room. We can't live in a place like this. All of a sudden now they can start seeing things that are moving. Now, whether that AC gets fixed within the hour or within the day, they still know that the order is being processed and worked on. And in a little bit of way, it's in their control because they're the ones now dealing with the air conditioning company directly. Yep. Now, I want to just kind of show you a couple of things about this I love as a landlord. When I come in here, the first thing I want to do when I create my free vendor VIP account, and we're going to show you how to do that in a little bit, is I can come to my addresses. Okay. Now, this works great for your home. This works great for businesses, and this works great for additional property. So I have my home address in here. You guys come visit me. I guess you can see where I live. I have my office addresses in here. And then I have my additional properties, which are my rental properties in here. Okay. So, so it makes it real easy. Once I go ahead and I hit these properties, within these properties, I preload the system with my tenant's name, my tenant's email address, my tenant's phone number. So when I'm ordering, I'm pushing the request for service button, and that's pretty much it. The system already has all the data to send out to everybody and do that. So that's how we're going to do this. So simple and so quick. I'm going to switch this over to Boston real quick, if you don't mind. And in Boston, I created a couple demo accounts in the Boston area. So let's go look at the VIP list out in Boston. Right now, I created East Side Heating and Cooling and West Side Air and Heat. These are demo companies, don't really exist, but for the purpose today of showing you this system, I just kind of wanted to create a couple things. So if we go ahead and hire, and we want our furnace fix, right? We're going to go to our additional properties. Remember, we already have those pre-uploaded. It's going to have all the information uploaded. I'm going to put the address of the property here. It's going to come uploaded with Kelly Smith as the tenant. We're going to say need a furnace. Checked. I like this request owner approval. If it's under $200, we're just going to tell the vendor to fix it. He doesn't even need to call us, for our approval. If we want him to call us every time, we just put a 0 in there and he'll call us every single time. If we got a photo uploaded to us from the tenant, or we decided that we wanted to take a picture and send it to me to see what the problem was, I can go ahead and send that photo also here, and it tells me that the requester this is me. I'm the requester, the service technician. We'll arrange an appointment with the tenant, and then that we need a furnace check, and that can get as descriptive as you want up here. And then we go ahead and submit this. And then it tells us, okay, we now are at West Side Air and Heat, and then this is going to go ahead and hire East Side Heating and Cooling if West Side either doesn't respond or says no. Now, Duncan, I think I have you as the contact for Westside, and you should have just got a text that
That's
said
correct. Do you
David
have time to
Pickering.
help
Right.
do you have time to help a vendor VIP client today in Mesa? Please respond in 15 minutes. Yes, 9330 or no, 9330.
Exactly. So if you push yes 9330 and reply to that text, it will then contact Kelly Smith, my tenant. It'll contact me and say they've accepted the job. They are now working on it. And us as landlords can get about our business. This is a phenomenal way to get your rental properties taken care of on your work orders. So I love it. So it was that easy for us out there on the boat to get this stuff done. Everybody was happy. And you and I continued to have lunch on the one and just
Right.
move about our day and enjoy our lives. And so I love this. Now,
Yeah.
I also have the service history. So we can go look at the service history that we just submitted just a little bit ago. And I just
Mhm.
said, I need a furnace and the furnace needs to be checked. And it gives me a history. Now, the reason I put a history in here is because about a year ago, I had an air conditioning company come out to one of my properties. And they asked me over the phone, they said, Dave, who's been here last? Because they really Jimmy rigged your air conditioning unit and they made it work. But in the long run, it really was a bad job. And I thought, you know what? I thought it was your guys' company that came out there, but with 16 properties. And what is last time? Like, this last time, did I have them 2 years ago, 3 years ago? With this, I have a history to come in and say exactly who came, when they came, who was the technician. I can drill down to the technician who was out and who did it and hold them responsible for maybe doing a bad job the last time, or just maybe for my accounting or my logs for my property to see, you know, how new things are. I can put notes in here, warranties. I can put anything that I need to know about the property and the service for a later time. And so this really kind of completes me as a landlord. I hate to use that. You complete me, you know, completes me as a landlord in managing my properties. I do Rent Perfect. I know who the tenants are. I do the background checks. I do rent collection through there. I do all that stuff. But then this just ties right in now to servicing the property after I have a tenant in there. And so I want to let everybody know that you don't have to go out and build your own vendors if you don't want to. Boston RIA is going to do that along with Vendor VIP. We're going to populate a whole list of vendors that service the Boston area, but we're not looking for the big ones where their names are on buses, right? They're on the television all the time, or on the billboards. Those guys have huge overheads and their bills are often really, really high. And so we want the small mom and pop. Think about us landlords. We're really small mom and pop businesses, right, Duncan? I mean,
Yeah, we are.
we
Yeah.
just have our little thing going. And I love that. It's kind of like Buy American. It's kind of like, let's support small businesses. They're better to work with. They're more cost effective. We can get right up usually to almost the owner if we have an issue, the guy who really cares. And so that is the list that we're going to be populating over the next 2, 3, 4 months there in the Boston area. And what I would like to do, and if you guys are a vendor right now listening to this saying, yeah, I want to get on this list, I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But right now I want to share with you another screen here.
Yeah, I just think this is so cool because I mean, when I had 77 properties, I was
Yes.
going nuts. I was always
Yes.
getting, well, this is broken. This is like, yeah, I just want to tell you that Kelly just confirmed the text West Side Air and Heat should be contacting you directly. If you need to speak with them, their number is blah.
And she's the tenant.
So cool. You know, I've spent so much time calling different vendors around and, you know, this is just awesome. It's just so time saving.
Yeah. And, you know, I'll be honest. I didn't have this issue when I had one. You know, you had a very few phone call and then you get
Mhm.
2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And you also have your day job and you're trying to do other things in your life. And all of a sudden it's like this, it becomes a hassle. And when it becomes a hassle, it makes owning rental properties no fun anymore, right? You often hear people buy their first rental property and they're like, I own a rental property in 2 and 3. And by the time they got 4, 5, and 6, they're like, I don't know if I want to be in this game anymore because
I
they're
hear
not
you.
doing it smart, right? They're not
Yeah.
using the technology that need to use. So I just shared the QR code for Boston RIA. Now, if you scan this code, and we'll also put the link in the chat box for you, so you can push a link to this. You will get, and you'll be able to import, you'll create your own free account, you'll be able to import Boston RIA's vendor list. Now, we're brand new. We're brand new. We're not saying we have a robust vendor list right now. This is the start of something great. But the reason we wanted to introduce this is because we need to fill this list up. And we want to fill it up with people that are referred to us, that you have used, that you like, right? We don't want to just go pick any company to be on our list. We need companies that other investors have used. And so we're asking you, if you are watching this today and you have that valued vendor, there's just no better way to honor them than a referral. There's no better way to take care of other investors in your association or friend group than to give them a good referral. Now, I love my vendor VIP list because someone asked me, hey, Dave, who do you use for plumbing? I send them a link to my whole vendor list. They get my couple plumbers I use, but man, they also get my air conditioning, my landscaper, my glass replace. They're like, Dave, wow, what a valuable, powerful list. I shared my list on Nextdoor last week, just to neighbors, just to general neighbors I didn't even know. Like, I got 150 responses going, this is amazing. Thank you so much. And of course, the vendors are thanking me because they're now seeing a lot more business. But again, they're not getting overwhelmed because they can say no, and it goes down to the next vendor. It goes to the next vendor. So this is just a win-win all the way around. So go ahead and scan this QR code and go ahead and import vendors. You'll see it. It'll ask you to set up an account. You might have to push import vendors again, and then you get your very own vendor list imported from Boston RIA. And every month you're going to want to push this button because you're going to keep updating your list, right? We're going to keep building and growing. And so maybe month 1 we have 10 vendors, and then month 2 we have 20, and then 30 and 40 and 50 in all different areas. Anywhere from, Duncan, we're going to do anywhere from air conditioning, furnaces, to all the in-home service trades, but also hard money, mortgage, real estate agents. I mean, this is going to be the grand poobah list of Boston, right?
Yep.
And you have any questions yet, Duncan?
Well, I just want to make sure, guys, you can use this on your PC, on your Mac. You can use it on your iPhone. You can use it on your Android. So there's no excuse not to be using this system. And it is free to use. So again, all we'd like from you is just your recommendations on services that you already use, and we'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, Duncan, thinking of that, I have mine here on my phone. It's right in the upper corner. It's like a little app, and I push that button, and I have my list instantly. I don't have to go to a website. I don't have to log in. I don't have to, it knows my facial recognition. It opens up, and instantly I'm to a vendor. So if I'm seriously having a lunch with someone and one of my tenants calls and says, hey, I need this, I can still have my lunch, push a few clicks, push a few buttons, and get back. So it's accessible because it's right there on my phone. So
yeah, like you say, it's not an Angie's List. It's so much that and more. This is absolutely awesome because all those other list services you have to provide, and they send out quotes at request to hundreds of people all at once, and that's a mess. So you still have to go contact them all and that sort of thing. So I just love that it keeps the history too. I mean, that's awesome.
Right. In the chat, I put a link. Okay, I put a link here in the chat, just kind of talks about what we're doing. We're building this vendor list, okay? And this link here is a great link for if you're listening to this and you're a vendor that wants to be on this list. This link here will explain to you. It's a video by me explaining what we're doing, how we're doing it. It goes through and it says, if you want to sign up, you can sign up now. If you need to learn more, it'll take you through FAQs. It really educates a company on what they can expect if they join Vendor VIP and want to get in our general pool of companies that offer those services. So that link right there in the chat box is valuable there, and that'll guide you all the way through of signing up your company. And once again, signing up your company with Vendor VIP, completely free. We do
Awesome.
everything to take care of it. And there's no gimmicks, right? I mean, my mom told me, Duncan, there's no free lunch. I don't think she lied to me there. We're giving away a free lunch right here, you know? But then there's also things to say if people, you know, they don't put value on things that are free. I am telling you, we're going to close this list. This list is not open area. We are just building a foundation of this list. And then this list is going to be a very difficult list to get invited to once we have the people we like and love. Now, we're reviewing, the tenants and the landlords are reviewing all the vendors on every job. So we're going to be continually monitoring the vendors. If they're great, they get to stay. If they're not so great, they're going to be asked to leave. And so these are background checked. These are referral based vendors. We're not just grabbing these guys off the street. I wouldn't be coming to you and asking you for your referrals if we were just going to go do that. I mean, I can go find a bunch of companies to be on this list, but who knows who they are, right?
Mhm.
So anyways, so you know how to get the list if you want to be a user. You go through this link if you want to be a vendor and join it. Jump in through this link. And is there anything I missed?
No, Dave, I just want to say, guys, if you're not live and you're not seeing the chat, I will post it in the comments and I will put it in the email out. So you will get the link. If there's any issue, just email bostonria@gmail.com. I want to get you the link for as a vendor and the sign up code as a user. So just to make sure you get those links.
And if you're a real estate investor, take that link, copy it, send it to your vendors, and just invite them. Say, hey, I'd love you to be part of this. It's free. You know, I just think it's a great way that we can grow the Boston list, and as well as anybody else in Boston. Investment.
Right.
This doesn't have to be part of the RIA, but
Right.
it's just a cool way to go. So
Yeah,
you're
just
gonna
for
have
those
Duncan's
who-
list, huh? Sorry,
Yeah.
Duncan.
I'm just saying, for those who are in the Boston area, we have a user base of 5,000 people. So your vendors will want to get part of that action for real estate investors. As you know, our Facebook groups are always posting, does anybody need this? We have this to offer. So, if you have anything you offer or service to real estate investors, make sure you get on as a vendor. Refer it out to vendors who you do your plumbing, heating, air conditioning, flower gardening, landscaping. I mean, you have lots of different categories in there that we use. So yeah, I think it's awesome. And guys, I thank you taking time for watching this short video. And if you want to find out more, we have the website. You can frequently ask questions, and or you can email us at bostonria@gmail.com.
Awesome. So www.vendorvip, hit us up in our contact, give us a call. You can get me directly. I'm accessible, Duncan. Make one phone call, get right to me. I would love to walk you through anything we can do. So thank you very much. Thanks for having us, and take any suggestions you guys have. Thanks so much.
All righty. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.